play me a Dark Souls boss fight theme to start.
Something like that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. Sorry guys if you guys hear Jared cut out now and again. It's Xbox doesn't always have the best connection. But all right. So this is something different than I haven't done before yet on my channel, which is we're going to be ranking bosses in a game, or just ranking in general, because usually I don't really do like top 10 stuff. But we're going to be ranking the bosses from Dark Souls 1 from least favorite to favorite, just on opinion alone, on who we prefer, based on whatever it is, looks, fighting style, whatever. Not on like difficulty. It can be on difficulty, but it's not just on difficulty. The point of this isn't really to like persuade anybody to think differently, or to persuade each other to like change our like loadout on how we feel about the bosses, but just rather just sharing how we feel. If there's no footage on some of the bosses, or if you see repeat footage from some of my older gameplays, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, I was just, yeah. So I didn't have the DLC on this account, so I couldn't even do the DLC bosses. Jared and I couldn't connect at one point for whatever reason. We just weren't able to connect at a certain point. So you'll see at some point it just drop and he's not there anymore. And I just thought, what was the point of doing it if if we couldn't do it together? I'll just use some of the old footage. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. But, so this is how it's going to be set up. So, we're going to take a guess as to who, there's 26 bosses in Dark Souls 1. So we're going to take a guess as to who we think each number is as we get to it. So this video will be number 26, which would be our least favorite boss. So, basically, we're going to take a guess as to who each other's least favorite boss is, and we'll go down the scale as to which one, 25, 24, 23, all the way down to 1. And then we'll reveal who our pick is for that number, and then give some either pros or cons. If we don't have pros or we don't have cons, it's no big deal. It's just how it is. So, Jared, do you want to start off? Do you want to guess who my least favorite is?
Okay, your least favorite.
Hold on, I gotta pull up my notes because I had to write everything down otherwise. All right, go ahead.
Alright, for you, I would guess.
I don't think you're gonna get it.
Bosses in mind.
All right, go ahead.
But I'm gonna guess the Taurus demon.
No. All right, but before I reveal, I'm gonna guess yours first, and we'll go back and it's not Taurus though. I'm gonna guess your least favorite is Stray Demon. Is it?
I don't know how you got it, but you actually got it.
Oh, did I? Alright, cool. Because I thought I was going to guess Asylum, but I thought, nah. Because if he thought somebody was, like, a little just below that, it would have to be Stray. Alright, cool. Alright, I'll give you one more chance to guess mine. Go ahead. What's your other option?
Moonlight Butterfly.
No, that one is actually okay with me, too. Sanctuary Guardian.
Oh.
So, my feelings on my one is that the boss fight, a pro for it is that it's a pretty quick fight. It's over pretty quickly, in my opinion at least. And the con is that it doesn't feel important enough in the Dark Souls universe as far as boss fights go. Like, fitting the DLC, look-wise and story-wise, maybe you can explain from how you see it, but I feel like it doesn't fit in as Artorias and like Calamite does. Like and Manus, they're big pieces of this DLC. There's huge chunks to the story of the Dark Souls universe that we're in at that time, and then you get this Sanctuary Guardian, and it's like, yeah, it's the Guardian of Ulasil. I think that's the name of the place. But it just, with no description prior to a Guardian, and with no, like, background, the look was just a chimera, I believe. Chimera. But it's just, I don't know. I was just like, I wasn't impressed with it. And even though there are some demons I don't like either, at least they kind of fit into the storyline of demons. But alright, go ahead. Tell me about yours.
Okay, wow. So mine being Stray Demon, I hate the Stray Demon. The reason why is because, for most players at least, you don't really encounter him in your first playthrough. It's you exploring and adventuring, getting bored of doing the same old thing that you do in Firelink Shrine every time you walk by and slap Thorland, right? You just happen up by where that elevator is and find the key, and you're like, oh wait, cool, this goes here. And then, you know, somebody gets so bored they pretend to be a baby bird in a bird's nest, and they get picked up by the girl, get taken back, right?
Yeah.
It's like, mama, feed me.
Alright. After being so rudely interrupted by a game.
Finish, yeah.
No, not by you. By Xbox not allowing us to connect last time. Continue. Your thoughts on the Stray Demon.
Yeah, so the reason why I hate the Stray Demon is just because, first of all, alright, so it may feel very comforting, welcoming to come back to the Asylum Demon, the Asylum territory anyway, and be greeted by a somewhat familiar face, right? But, I don't know, I can't stand it because of its AoE attacks. It spams them the whole fight. Every time you go there, ground breaks, you're like, okay, I'm gonna beat him up real quick. You walk up, you go to smack him, and he just like AoE spams, and you die like over and over and over. It's so annoying for me. I hate it.
Is there any pros at all to his fight, or nothing at all? Nothing like cool about him? Nothing at all? It doesn't have to be, but
familiar face.
Alright.
That's pretty much it. That's the only pro.
Alright, well that's number 26.